Cameron Miller was a diligent and hardworking employee at Brantley Corporation, a bustling and prestigious company located in the heart of the city. Known for his unwavering work ethic and dedication, he had earned the respect and admiration of his colleagues and superiors. But behind his professional facade, Cameron's true motivation lay in his unwavering love and devotion for his family. His younger sister, Mary Ann Young, possessed a heart filled with boundless compassion and a natural instinct for maternal care. Her nurturing spirit extended not only to her daughter, but also to Cameron himself. She had been his guiding light, his rock of support throughout their lives. The bond they shared was unbreakable, a testament to the power of sibling love. At the center of their family was Mary Ann's daughter, Ellen Bradberry. The child's arrival had brought immeasurable joy and purpose to their lives. Her infectious laughter and inquisitive nature filled their home with warmth and vitality. Ellen had become the beacon of hope, the embodiment of a future they had all dreamed of. On the periphery of the family was Jan Andrews, John's sister and Cameron's sister-in-law. Jan had always felt like an outsider, yearning for the deep connections and love that Mary Ann and Ellen shared. However, over time, her longing morphed into envy and resentment, casting a dark shadow over her heart. She struggled with feelings of inadequacy and a constant sense of being overshadowed. Despite their differences, this family was bound by a love that surpassed all hardships, until fate intervened and forever altered their lives. The sun-drenched day took a tragic turn as destiny's cruel hand struck the Miller family. Mary Ann and John, while driving home from a joyous family outing, were involved in a devastating car crash. The news of their untimely demise shattered Cameron's world, leaving him drowning in a sea of grief and disbelief. He couldn't fathom a life without his beloved sister and brother-in-law. As the weight of the tragedy settled upon his shoulders, Cameron's heart clenched with the realization that he was now solely responsible for his niece's well-being. Ellen, a fragile soul robbed of her parents' love, needed him more than ever. The weight of this responsibility pressed heavily upon him, challenging his own emotional stability. Embracing his role as Ellen's guardian, Cameron vowed to protect her and provide a stable and nurturing environment. He devoted himself to the challenges of single parenthood, despite the weight of his own grieving heart. His love for his sister and niece fueled his determination to honor their memory and give Ellen the life they had dreamed of for her. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Cameron navigated the labyrinth of grief and newfound responsibilities. He found solace in the routine of daily life, focusing on Ellen's well-being and cherishing the memories he held close to his heart. The weight of responsibility pressed heavily upon Cameron's shoulders as he embarked on this new journey. Sleepless nights and constant worries consumed him as he navigated the complexities of parenting while trying to maintain his professional obligations. The days blurred together as he strived to be both father and provider, but the emotional toll was relentless. Exhaustion became a constant companion, both physically and emotionally, as Cameron dedicated every ounce of his being to ensuring Ellen's well-being. The weight of grief never left him. It was a constant presence, reminding him of the void left by Mary Ann and John's absence. But in that void, he found a wellspring of strength he never knew he possessed. At his workplace, Brantley Corporation, Cameron's commitment to his job began to waver. The once impeccable employee now struggled to meet deadlines and maintain his focus. The toll of grief and the overwhelming responsibility of raising Ellen threatened to consume him entirely. One fateful day, as the weight of his burdens became too much to bear, Cameron collapsed at work. The stress, grief, and sleepless nights had taken their toll, leaving him physically and emotionally drained. The incident sent shockwaves through the office, with concerned colleagues rallying around him in support. Ellen Bradberry, Cameron's compassionate and observant boss, was alarmed when she witnessed his sudden collapse. Swiftly overcoming her initial shock, she rushed to his side, concern etched on her face. She had always admired Cameron's dedication and work ethic, but now she saw firsthand the toll it had taken on him. It pained her to see him in such a vulnerable state. With genuine care and empathy, Ellen helped Cameron regain his composure. In that vulnerable moment, as he reached for his phone to gather himself, an inadvertent gesture revealed a glimpse into his shattered world. Cameron showed Ellen a picture of Ellen, his niece, a beautiful child whose smile radiated pure joy. Ellen's heart swelled with tenderness as she observed the love and devotion reflected in Cameron's eyes. The image of the little girl lingered in her mind long after she returned to her own desk, sparking curiosity and a desire to understand the depth of Cameron's connection to Ellen. She couldn't shake off the feeling that there was more to their story, that something profound bound them together. As days turned into weeks, Ellen's curiosity grew. She found herself stealing glances at Cameron, searching for answers hidden within his weary eyes. There was a vulnerability and strength about him that intrigued her. Deep down, she yearned to bridge the gap between them, to offer solace in their shared pain. Unbeknownst to Cameron and Ellen, a dark secret lurked within Jan Andrews' heart. She had long felt overshadowed by the love and happiness that Mary Ann and Ellen shared. Her envy grew, twisting her emotions into a bitter resentment that consumed her from within. She believed that the love and attention that rightfully belonged to her had been stolen. Jan's desire for what she believed was rightfully hers pushed her to commit a heinous act. In a moment of darkness and desperation, she orchestrated the car crash that took the lives of Mary Ann and John. It was a calculated act to eliminate the very people who had brought her feelings of inadequacy to the surface. She believed that by eliminating them, she would claim what she perceived as her rightful place. However, as the days turned into weeks, Jan's heart weighed heavy with the burden of guilt. She knew that the truth would eventually come to light, and the consequences of her actions would be dire. Her actions had not only taken the lives of innocent souls, but also shattered the lives of those left behind. Haunted by remorse, Jan struggled to maintain a facade of normalcy. She continued to interact with Cameron and Ellen, feigning sympathy and support. But behind her false smiles and comforting words, the weight of her guilt threatened to crush her. Jan's fear of exposure intensified as Cameron and Ellen's bond deepened. Determined to protect her secret, she began manipulating events to sow seeds of doubt and suspicion in Cameron's mind regarding Ellen's intentions. She knew that if their relationship grew stronger, they might uncover the truth and expose her guilt. Playing on Cameron's vulnerabilities and emotional exhaustion, Jan insidiously exploited his insecurities. She cast shadows of doubt, making him question whether Ellen's kindness was genuine or if she had ulterior motives. Jan strategically orchestrated encounters and conversations that cast Ellen in a suspicious light, planting seeds of mistrust within Cameron's weary mind. With calculated precision, Jan sought to tear apart the growing connection between Cameron and Ellen, leaving them vulnerable and isolated. Her manipulations were fueled by her own twisted sense of entitlement and the desperation to protect her dark secret at all costs. Little by little, doubts crept into Cameron's thoughts. He found himself questioning Ellen's every action, analyzing her motives, and second-guessing her intentions. His heart, already burdened by grief, now wrestled with a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. Unbeknownst to Cameron, Ellen sensed the shift in his demeanor. Her intuition whispered that something was amiss, that a cloud of deception had descended upon their lives. She remained steadfast in her love for Cameron and her devotion to Ellen, but the seeds of doubt planted by Jan began to take root in her own mind. Amidst the web of deceit, Cameron and Ellen's feelings for each other deepened. Their shared concern for Ellen and their commitment to protecting her united them in ways neither had anticipated. They found solace in each other's presence, drawing strength from the love they shared for the little girl whose life had been tragically altered. But as their bond grew stronger, the truth began to seep through the cracks of Jan's carefully constructed facade. Ellen's intuition heightened, and she became determined to unravel the darkness that surrounded Mary Ann's accident. She couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss, that there was a hidden truth waiting to be unveiled. Together, Cameron and Ellen embarked on a quest for truth, uncovering fragments of evidence that pointed to a sinister plot. Their love became their guiding light, as they unraveled the intricacies of Jan's deception. They clung to each other amidst the storms of doubt and uncertainty, finding strength in their shared commitment to justice. The journey to the truth was filled with heart-wrenching revelations and painful confrontations. They encountered witnesses with fragmented memories and elusive clues that seemed to lead nowhere. But their determination never wavered, fueled by the love that bound them and the need to protect Ellen from the web of deceit that threatened to consume them all. Ellen's unwavering determination and Cameron's relentless pursuit of the truth led them down a path they never could have imagined. As they delved deeper into the circumstances surrounding the car crash, a breakthrough finally emerged. A witness who had seen Jan near the accident scene on that fateful day. With this newfound lead, Cameron and Ellen confronted Jan, their hearts heavy with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Jan's carefully constructed facade began to crumble as the weight of her guilt pressed upon her. She couldn't escape the truth any longer. In a tearful confession, Jan admitted her dark secret, confessing to orchestrating the car crash that claimed the lives of Mary Ann and John. Her envy and resentment had consumed her, driving her to commit an unspeakable act of betrayal. She begged for forgiveness, her voice choked with remorse. The revelation struck Cameron and Ellen with a force they could scarcely comprehend. The betrayal ran deep, shattering the trust they had placed in January, yet, amidst the pain, a glimmer of relief emerged. The truth had been unearthed, and justice could finally be served. As the legal proceedings unfolded, Jan faced the consequences of her actions. The weight of her guilt and the magnitude of her betrayal weighed heavily upon her. The pain of losing Mary Ann and John, coupled with the knowledge of the devastation she had caused, left her broken and remorseful. Cameron and Ellen, united by their shared trauma, leaned on each other for support during the tumultuous aftermath. Their love for Ellen remained unshakable, and they were determined to rebuild their lives and provide her with the love and stability she deserved. In the wake of the tragedy, Cameron found solace in Ellen's laughter and innocence, reminding him of the resilient spirit that resided within her. Together, they embarked on a healing journey, supporting each other through the waves of grief and rebuilding the shattered pieces of their lives. While scars remained, the power of love and forgiveness became their guiding light. They learned that even in the face of betrayal, the strength of their bond could overcome the darkest of secrets. As time passed, Cameron and Ellen grew stronger, their resilience a testament to the human spirit's ability to heal and find light amidst the shadows. The memory of Mary Ann and John lived on in their hearts, forever cherished and never forgotten. And so, their story continues, a tale of love, betrayal, and the indomitable spirit that emerges when faced with unimaginable challenges. Together, they would navigate the complexities of life, knowing that their bond would forever be their anchor in the ever-changing tides of fate. The moral of the story is that love and forgiveness have the power to overcome even the deepest betrayals. It teaches us that when faced with unimaginable challenges and the pain of betrayal, the strength of our relationships and our capacity for understanding can help us heal and rebuild our lives. It reminds us of the importance of seeking truth, justice, and accountability, but also highlights the transformative power of compassion, empathy, and the willingness to forgive. Ultimately, it shows that through love and forgiveness, we can find the strength to overcome adversity and emerge stronger on the other side.